This video was brought to you by Stormberg, a route planner, Mr. Green, Kempower and Marcus Bil. Yo, what's up? We're now at Kungsbacka and we are preparing for 1000 kilometer challenge with this red BMW. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, just a little bit bitching for me. Recharge, they have one charger here. And you can possibly charge two cars simultaneously because it has AC and DC. But they did not assign both spots here for charging. It's only this spot that has the marking on the ground. But okay, so we are preparing now. I have done all the preparations. Of course, we're gonna do it with the bZ4X. But we're gonna do 1000 kilometer challenge. I have let the car cool down for actually more than 24 hours, more like over 30 hours. No DC fast charging, just AC charging. So we will not get the throttle, but this one has the update. It has lots of improvements, but what's important for this challenge is that you have now supposedly 3.8 DC fast charging sessions before it throttles. So right now we are topping up. Well, okay, this is kind of weird. You have to, if you want to see the screen, you have to open, and now it claims 100%, but it says that it takes 30 more minutes. It will actually take 30 more minutes before it finishes. It's not that important, but eventually I might sit around here for maybe 5-10 more minutes. Once this starts dropping, then we are really, really close to 100% anyway. So yeah, the plan is that I don't want to, if I fire up the car now, it will bug the charging. Yeah, that's also another problem. If I lock the car while we are AC charging and I come back to the car and it unlocks, it will stop charging. Tesla had this feature also 10 years ago. Yeah, I remember with Millennium Falcon in 2013, but they've changed it because they figured out that when you unlock the car, you don't necessarily want to stop the AC charging, but this Toyota in 2023 does it. Okay, anyway, yeah, we are at Kungsbacka and we are heading north. I can't show you guys the map because I don't want to start the car, but then it messes up the... I can show you here on my Google Maps instead that, you see, we are here. Well, let me adjust here. And we are going to travel north now to Rygge. Oh, shit. No, to Rygge. And then we travel south. And then we drive all the way to Malmö. And then we turn around again. And we end up at Göteborg, and that would be 1000 kilometers. So it's slightly different routes, it doesn't matter. And last time, this Toyota did it in more than 14 hours. I don't remember, 14 and a half or some shit like that. Now, with the new update, I expect it to take maybe 12 hours. We shall see. But I have learned a lot. I talked to Toyota. I learned about how the algorithm works. I'll come back to that. So now we just wait a little bit, and then we go for it. And it's minus 40 degrees Celsius outside. Oh, shit, this car, man. All right, we're off now. So let me explain the algorithm. It's actually quite complicated. I got this straight from Toyota. They explained to me how it works, and I understood most of it. So it's based on punishment points. If you charge fast, DC fast charging, you will get punishment points. But if you don't charge that fast, even on DC, you get less punishment points. I also wonder, I asked them, but I didn't get a reply yet, but what about if the battery is hot? Do you get more punishment point? But it means that, okay, it means that, yes, if I can get 150 kilowatts, I get more punishment point, but if I charge past 50%, 60%, it goes slower, which means less punishment points. And that's actually the strategy we might go for, since we will charge a little bit more, and then we reduce the number of charging stops, and we get less punishment points and reduce overhead by not stopping too often. And also it means that I might not want to hammer too hard, because what I need to do is avoid getting throttle. The throttle is so bad for the charging speed that you just want to avoid it. If you can just drive a little bit slower, you might lose a couple of minutes, but if you get throttle, you will lose a lot of time. So right now this car was just rescued, and you see there are some slow pokes now. But I might be delayed by a little bit, but no big deal. But yeah, and then How do you lose punishment points then? Once you get enough punishment point within 24 hours, you will be throttled. And they say once you hit roughly 175 punishment points, you then get throttled. But the punishment points are also reduced on average around 11% per hour or some shit like that. So which means that you might not have to, I mean, once you get throttled, you might not have to wait 24 hours before you get de-throttled again. But then if you immediately charge and you get a good session, you might hit the 175 point limit again, and then you're throttled, you know? So that's roughly how the punishment point system works. Yeah. Man, these left lane huggers, can you guys just get out of the way? I have a mission to finish. This Toyota in front of me is trying to sabotage me. Come on, come on. Chop, 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 chop. Or I have to give you punishment points. Shit, man. We are now at Ioniq Rygge, topping up for the first time. I arrived with 7%. I've written down all the numbers now. I'm going to keep track of everything here. My punishment points. But look, we are taking 140 kilowatt. Look at this. It has e-tron speeds. Huh? Okay, so let me show you. This is perfect conditions for the battery because we are at 24 to 30 degrees Celsius. So this is the first session here. It's pretty good. Now I'm going to drive. Okay, this time we can actually enter this mode. Oh, we're on board. Stop. Don't. Yeah. We look at the AC power consumption here. We actually don't want to mess with the AC thing here. So, but next stop is going to be Hogstorp, further south here, 150 kilometers away. And I already calculated that we need to charge to roughly 75%. But we don't want to interfere with the cooling here. So we want to keep the HVAC off, because if you run the HVAC, it will suck, it will steal the AC that will be used for cooling the battery, and then we'll overheat. But oh, look at that speed, 142 kilowatt. I better hurry. Shit, I have to go in the gas station. Also, I need to ABC here. Oh, okay. ABC, always bZ cleaning. Wow, look at this. It was actually getting 140 kilowatt until around 35%, I think. Now we're back. I went to buy some burrito, went to the gas station, and see, after 10 minutes, we have gone from 7% to 42% in 10 minutes. Wow, that is proper schnell. And see, even now it has fairly nice and flat charging curve. So yeah, we might be getting a little bit of punishment points here, but yeah, we just have to be within the quota. But the battery is getting hot. Once it hits 48 degrees, we will see some throttling. So just don't mess with this. Every time you start the car, it will run down to 0 and then ramp up again. So you want to avoid that. I actually did it once when I was filming previously, but yeah, just let it cool. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. So we just have to make sure it doesn't overheat too much. And we have this nice and flat charging curve. All right, 25 minutes. It goes kind of slow now, but at least we had some good speed before this one. So right, we're gonna leave right around now, maybe stay 1 more minute. So yeah, let's go. All right, off we go again. So yeah, here by the way, you see that the battery temperature is 34 to 47 degrees Celsius. This is way too hot. So hopefully during the long drive now, I chose to charge to 72%. I've written down everything. And that means we added 65%. And I guess the magic number here, roughly, if we add, is this 380% total, then we should get the throttle, right? Round about there. But okay, this one, so we're gonna drive now roughly 140 kilometers before we charge again. So hopefully these two, they cool down. Ideally, what I want is around 22 degrees here and around 27 degrees here. The charging session we had just now was just perfect, nice and flat without any overheating. So, all right, now we just enjoy the ride further south again. We are now at Hogstorp, and this time though, you see, last time we arrived at 23 to 27 degrees. This time the max temp is way too high. I mean, way higher. But fortunately, it's 6 degrees Celsius outside, so the car should be able to cool down quite well, so we don't replicate. We don't want this one to be more than around 45, 46 degrees. So, oh, look at this. Oh yeah. We get a good charging session again. The V3 power for the win. Tesla for the win. Okay, here you see that we are pulling 1.85 kilowatt. By the way, I should mention that when we left the charging, previous charger, this one was hovering at 1.5 kilowatt for a while, around 20-30 minutes. And then it dropped to only 750 watts. So I believe that the car was actually actively cooling down the battery, using some of the compressor power to cool down the battery quickly. And then it only used 700 watt to maintain heat in the cabin. Wow, look at this. Oh, we get e-tron speed again. This is gonna be a big improvement versus the old one, as long as we can get this one. We just need this kind of charging session 3 more times. Yeah, 2 or 3 more times, and then we're good. Oh shit, we have a problem. 48 degrees Celsius max is the magic number. Now it goes slower. It actually replicates. This is crazy. We have active cooling. Active cooling has been activated, of course. You can also see it here. It's using the AC for cooling the battery. But it seems to be a bit too weak. I've seen this also in some other cars, but okay. So first I wanted to go to Varberg. That is a bad idea, because we replicate, but we will cool down the battery here in Göteborg because we have to drive slow anyway. So the plan is to go to Chop. Wait, what happened to it? Shit! What happened to the thing? Come on, back over. I touched something. There. The plan is to drive 113 kilometers only to Chop, and then hopefully over there we get a good charging session again. Yeah, all right, let's see if the plan works. All right, you see here, this is the problem. The max temp is causing some problems for the charging, but not only charging, also regen. So I have the one pedal drive on. Well, it has blending brakes anyway, but you see, under normal condition, when the battery is not overheated, I've seen 90 kilowatt regen. Now look at this one. I need to slow down here soon for the Baustelle. So let me see, here's 70 zone coming soon. Okay, here we go. Pay attention to this one. Do we get 90 kilowatt? We get 27 kilowatt, 28, yeah, you see? I even tried to touch the brake gently. 30 kilowatt. Oh shit! The Toyota Rapid Gates. What the heck? Huh? Who would have thought that the freaking Toyota Rapid Gates? What the? Oh shit! Good thing that it's 7 degrees Celsius outside, so yeah, we should have some good heat rejection. Look here, freaking pulling 2 kilowatt now for cool. If I turn off HVAC, okay, HVAC is off. Look here, it's still pulling 2. Oh shit! It's trying to cool down the battery. It's like, oh shit, the battery is too hot. 47 degrees, that's too much. What should I say? I have only 3 words. Well. Okay, I have to show you guys something. You see here, the cooling has been running now for about 25 minutes. And it managed to cool down the min temp, which is good, but the max temp is still kind of high. Look at this. Look at this, it's crazy, man. It has 18 degrees Celsius delta. I never seen any car have this high delta before. And I've talked about this for a long time. I complain that the Korean cars, like Ioniq 6 and Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6, EV6, they have high delta. It's bad. Why? Because it cold gates and it rapid gates on the same starting session. Let me explain what the problem is there. I will send some recommendations to Toyota that they should try to run the cooling. Oh, the cooling now kicked back. Seems like it stopped cooling. The active cooling is off after around 25 minutes. It's shut down. I will recommend Toyota to run the cooling a little bit stronger. Yeah, so to cool down the battery. The problem is that, yes, then you get this one low, right? But then this one will be also way too low. So then, okay, instead of rapid gate, you will get cold gate. But I still think cold gate is better than rapid gate. But you see the problem. What you want to do is have not so humongous delta here. We have freaking, how much is this? 17 degrees delta. I have to give the slow clap to Toyota, because I've never seen any car have this high delta. What you want to have is as low delta as possible, like Tesla. Tesla has usually around 1 to 3 degrees Celsius delta only. And the Korean cars where I complain about, they have usually around 10 to 12 degrees delta. But this one takes the cake, 17 degrees, yes. So, okay, well, but like I said, I will try to experience as much as possible here, and then send a long email to Toyota and give them my recommendations on what they can do for future update to minimize this problem, because it might be a problem in, for example, Thailand. We are getting close to Kungsbacka, and okay, look here. We are just more, this is my biggest concern, the max temp, 35 degrees Celsius. It was 34, but then we hit the 100 zone and it speeded up. So now I actually slow down a little bit. So I'm doing a little bit of cool down. We're talking about 7-minute cool down run now, just to not overheat this one too much. So we lose maybe 1 minute. Like we will arrive 1 minute slower, but it should then not increase this one too much. And also another problem is that once the state of charge goes down, then it's easier to build up heat because voltage drops, current goes up. When you hammer it, you will increase more. This is just like leaf, yeah, leaf theory. So by going a little bit slower now, we should actually arrive faster, yeah. So, and I can show you, by the way, with a new update, you will suddenly see state of charge in percentage in the screen. You didn't see that before. So this is a very nice upgrade. We are now at Kungsbacka. Chop is right over there, but it's closed. It's 1 at night. So we are charging now on the Circle K chargers. Well, yeah, well, actually we have hypercharger over there. I could also use those one. I wonder if those are cheaper, but whatever. They are kind of expensive anyway. We're talking about freaking 6 SEK or something per kilowatt hour. Wait, is it open? Oh, I can go to McDonald's. It's freaking open. Okay. This one is closed, but McDonald's is open. But let me show you now. So this time, okay, last time we arrived with 36 degrees. This time I managed to arrive with 34 degrees, which is better. Yeah, you see? So it's slightly cold gets, but that's fine. Eventually we'll hit boom, and then we get 140 kilowatt, and then, yeah, we want this one. Oh, come on. I need a good session now. We are back in the game. So what I need to do is drive just slightly slower for the last 5-10 minutes before we arrive. We don't lose that much time, but it will make wonders for the starting position here. Oh yeah, you see, you start ramping up already. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Yes, 140 kilowatt. This one is not too high. Oh yeah, this is good. Now let's go to McDonald's. Oh shit. Yeah, it's been replicating again. It happens every time. We get the good speed initially and then it replicates and it hits 48 degrees. Fortunately, it doesn't go higher than that. We see we charge a little bit slow now. Okay, we get the 140 initially, so that's good, but I'm just thinking what I could do is I could charge more often, I guess. Just hammer it, but then I have more charging stop, which means more detour and overhead. So even though we charge a little bit slow now, I think maybe it's still safe-ish. And also the state of charge is 62%. I can see it over there. Yeah, this one shows briefly and then disappears again. So I calculated I need 70%. So yeah, maybe in 5 more minutes we can go. Another strategy we could use is to charge to only around 50%. And ride on the 100-ish kilowatt wave, but then we get more punishment points, and yeah, and that's also the problem. If we get too much punishment and we get the throttle is really bad. Yeah, like you will be getting like we're talking about 50 kilowatt in the beginning, and then at 60% we'll be getting like 15 kilowatt. Like, once the throttling happens, that's game over. So if I have to choose between throttling and rapid gate, then I will gladly take rapid gate.